Hi children, I hope you've enjoyed your half-term break and had lots of fun. Did you eat lots of pancakes? Because I know I did. It's Mrs. Hall's first phonics lesson of the new half-term. Okay, we're going to start off with our phase 2 grapheme flashcards. Okay, we're just going to do them simply today because we've had a week off. Let's refresh our brain and see if we can get them all right. Okay, we'll do the actions as well, all right? Here we go. This one. Oh, oh. Have a look. Ready. G, g, g. This one. K. And this one. Oh, oh. This one. Mmm. Eh. I. S. K. D. B. B. And the last one. Very good. Now, I know you're fantastic at those. If you're anything like the children that have been in school, you'll remember all of those words and actions. Okay, I've got our keywords, our tricky words next, okay? We're going to focus on 3 in particular that we seem to be getting a bit stuck on. Let's do the first step first, okay? I. Ah. No. 2 and go. Did you get those ones all right at the same time? Did you beat Mrs. Hall? Okay. Now, with our next set of words, we've got 3 that are a little bit tricky, and then 3 that are very similar, but we're getting muddled up with them a little bit. So let's do the 3 trickier ones first, which sounds a bit strange. Remember, this one is decodable. At. This one is also decodable. And. Try and remember those words just by looking at them. This one you have to try and remember, and it's the. Remember to put your tongue between your teeth. It's not the, it's the. Some children are forgetting, aren't they? Okay, the next 3 are all words that have 2 letters and begin with our I phoneme. Okay, so these are decodable. We've just got to remember the difference, haven't we? I, in. It, it. Is. Okay, so is, in, it. I'm going to play a little game where I hold one up. At first I will help you and I will say them, and then I'm going to stop saying them and you've got to carry on, okay? Are you ready? Is, in, it, in, is. Your turn. There we go. Did you get all those ones right? Okay, let's see if we can remember them now, okay? Right, today we've got a new phoneme and grapheme to learn. In fact, there are two, but they make the same phoneme, the same sound, okay? So, the first one is this one, and it's on its own, and the phoneme is f. You put your top teeth on your lip, okay, and the action we do is like if you have a big inflatable fish and it's starting to deflate, it's going down, it goes, and that's the sound it makes. So we've got the f on its own, its name is F, and then we've got a double F, which also makes a f phoneme. This one we find usually at the beginning of words, okay? And this one comes at the end of words, all right? So beginning and end, okay? So we're going to use the beginning one first and have a look at our pictures, okay? And this is the one you'll see the most often, and I want you to remember, okay? Have a look at these pictures and see if you can tell me what they are. We've got foot, firework, fan, flower, fish, and feather. Okay, can you help me with those pictures? Foot, firework, fan, flower, fish, and feather. Right, now I am going to choose my three favourites, but I've just remembered we haven't heard our song yet. So I'm going to choose my three favourites. I'm going to choose fish and flower and fireworks. And I'm going to stick them on my board to get them ready. But we need to hear our Jolly Phonics song first. Silly Mrs. Hall. I've had a week off and I've forgotten what to do, haven't I? Okay, here we go. Okay, so my friends and I went to the beach with my floating fish. It got a hold, the air came out, and that's when we make the sound. Right, let's just go back to the beginning, see if you can join in. My friends and I went to the beach with my floating fish. It got a hold, the air came out. One more time. My friends and I went to the beach with my floating fish. It got a hold, the air came out. And you'll notice that that's a soft sound. You can't say that one very loud, can you? Okay, so let's have a look at Mrs. Hall's pictures that she chose. We're doing things in the wrong order today, aren't we? We've got fish and flower and firework. Shall we sing our song now? Are you ready? Fish and flower and firework, firework, firework. Fish and flower and firework. Say very good. Did you manage to join in at home? Okay, now we've got to have a look at the other one. So I said that this one, it's a double consonant digraph because there are two letters the same, but they make one phoneme, and that's the f, okay? So this one comes at the end of words. Now I've got a few words to help us with this one. It's not as common as the other one. Okay, now these are a bit tiny. I hope you can see them. I'll hold them really close to the camera. Okay, now have a look at this one first. This is what might happen when a magician is doing a trick. It's a puff of smoke. Puff has the double F at the end. Puff. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Some of you might have seen this little girl in your reading books, in the Oxford Reading Tree books, and her name is Biff. Biff has that double F at the end. Okay, and one more. I know you'll have seen this character in your storybooks. This is a big bad wolf, and he huffs and he puffs. So huff, puff, both have that double F at the end. So we've got puff and biff and huff and puff. Well done if you got all those, okay, or you managed to say all those. Right, the next job we need to do is have a look how we write the grapheme. So let me bring my laptop back round again. And it's that Handwriting Heroes animation. So we'll have a look together and then we'll have a go at forming it ourselves. Here we go.
F flips over, then surfs down to flee the fighting fish.
Okay, so if you heard that, it said, whoops. Oh, I've forgotten what it said. We'll have to watch it again. Mrs. Hall's got rid of it.
Then surfs down to flee the fighting fish.
So flips over, then surfs down to flee the fighting fish. We get our line across here, don't we? Okay, I'm going to play that one more time because it's a bit of a tricky one. You have to take your pen off for this one.
F flips over, then surfs down to flee the fighting fish.
And there's the fighting fish that goes across the letter. So it surfs over, then flips down to flee the fighting fish. Okay, let's have a go with our finger. Now, sometimes when we do this letter at school, we also give it a little flick on its tail. So we'll do both of those, okay? Put your finger on your shoulder, put your finger on your knee, on your tummy, on your nose, in the air. Are you ready? It goes, it flips over, then surfs down to flee the fighting fish. You ready again? Over, down, and then a line across, okay? Sometimes at school we do it like this. Over, down, and flick, and then the line across, okay? Right, Mrs. Hall's going to have a go on her whiteboard. So, sometimes we'll have one on its own at the beginning of words, and sometimes we'll see two together. So we'll practice both, okay? The first one is when it's on its own. Okay, it goes over, down, and a line across. Over, down, and a line across. We always do our line across from left to right. Okay, I'm going to try the one with the tail that we do in school. Over, down, and back with a line across. One more time. Over, down, and back with a line across. Okay, shall we try and do two together? Ready? Over, down, and back. Line across. Over, down, and back. Line across. Okay, I wonder if you can have a practice at that letter at home. Sometimes this one's a little bit easier, this one gets a little bit more tricky. Practice both and then you will be a superstar. Okay, thank you for listening. See you next time. Bye.